You know, when I sat down to think about how I wanted to kind of go about this video and the characters I'd be putting in this video, let me just tell you, dude, I looked at a lot of different things here within reason, right? And didn't have as much time as I had. But long story short, I went through a bunch of stuff and I had to stop myself. I was like, yo, D-Free, I gotta stop, man. You gotta stop, excuse me. Because I was like, dude, there's so much stuff I genuinely want to see added to this game, right? Like, I could go and make this an hour-long video where we just talk about a bunch of stuff from all different nooks and crannies of Dragon Ball, all different parts of the series, and this was just something I was so hype about. So I wanted to bring that to you guys and talk about some of the things I want to see in the game personally, and some of it will happen obviously at some point. Some of it just won't, probably. I don't know. We'll talk about some of the more what-if stuffs, like what you see on the screen currently from Dokkan. We'll also talk about some other stuff like heroes, things of that nature. So different type of video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to see added to the game. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more. Today's video like goal is going to be 1,500. So if you see the video below that, please contribute to our like goal. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And like I said, let me know who you guys want to see added to the game at some point. So like I said, this is obviously like a what if type of card. Dokkan actually has a few really cool what if cards, like Great Saiyaman Kid Trunks. Like, there are things like that I would like to see, and I definitely wanted to put some respect on Dokkan's name because they have such a wide roster of characters that I would love to see added to Legends. And even though I don't produce content for Dokkan anymore, I still play passively on my own time, and I do have a lot of these cards, and there's so many cards I could just go through the entirety of my box and say, I want that Legends, I want that Legends, and that and that and that. But let's start off really and on a serious note here with Grandpa Gohan, the originator of the Sun family. So speaking of Dokkan has the Goku's family as opposed to Legends having the Sun family. Now, I don't know if they'll change that in the future, but you may have noticed on Dokkan, Bardock is a part of that family, whereas he's not on Legends. Because why? Because Bardock is not a part of the Sun family. He's not. He'd be a part of Goku's family, but Son Gohan here, Grandpa Gohan, is the originator. As far as we, obviously, he's probably not the originator of, you know, the name. He has probably obviously ancestors, right? But as far as we know with the series, right, he's the one that named Goku that, and, you know, gave him that son moniker and all that stuff. So we would be getting another character for Sun family. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't give a dang about anything like that. You don't want to see more hybrid support? Well, too bad. Okay, too bad. It's gonna happen at some point anyway. My video is gonna have a bunch of Gohan names in this. There's a lot of Gohans in this list. I don't care. Okay, I don't care if you don't want to see more Sun family stuff. I don't care if you don't want to see more Saiyan stuff. I don't care if X-Tag needs more love. I don't care. Okay, this is what D-Free wants to see added to the game. I don't care about none of the repercussions. Grandpa Gohan needs to put some respect on his name. He needs to be added ASAP. And I'm going to talk about Dragon Ball, the base series, the original Dragon Ball, at some point a little bit later on as well. I want Dragon Ball characters in the game more, right? More. There was a little bit they started adding more, like King Piccolo, Yamcha, Launch. Like, I want more, damn it, more. Yajirobe technically is from Z, but he's also from Dragon Ball, right? So anyways, nonetheless, I want to see more, man. I want to see more of these characters overall. So the next one on my list is Orange Star High Gohan. So Orange Star Gohan is just something that I want to see more of, and it's a shame we don't see in Legends anyway. More characters in alternate outfits like this one. There's going to be a number of alternate outfits, and I do know that they typically try to veer away from showing the characters outside of their traditional outfits that obviously they're in 99% of the time in Legends exclusively, and it's a little bit to do with the back end of things. You may think it's pretty simple to do these things, or, you know, more or less like they could do whatever whenever. They really just can't. There's a lot of hoops they got to jump through, unfortunately, and the people that typically are managing the series are pretty they're just basically old heads, long story short, and they don't want certain things portrayed a certain way, as dumb as it sounds. So at some point I do think we'll get Orange Star Gohan, and you know, it'll happen eventually, but if it doesn't happen for some reason, that'll be part of the reason as to why, as alongside some of the other alternate costumes of characters, right? And just in terms of this, like, I just remember seeing this when it first aired as a kid. This man catching them bullets, I was like, what? This is dope. Obviously, it's not some crazy feat for him, but it just was really cool to see the way that he did it, caught one after another. I was hyped from that dude as a kid. I was like, this is so cool. And then also thinking about it, like, you're just coming off of this massive time skip. You see Gohan actually a lot older and physically able to see that he's gone through changes, right? Like, he looks so cool to me in this form and this all that stuff. I love all the slice of life stuff in Z anyway. I'm a huge Great Saiyaman fan, a huge just Gohan fan in general. I always tell people, they're like, oh, I love this Gohan only or whatever. I'm like, dude, I love all of it. Like, I love every aspect, because to me, when it comes to a character in general, but exclusively about Gohan, if you can't appreciate the other quirks of the character, then that's fine too. You can be a fan how you want, but to me, it's not the same, right? So I love everything. So I love this as well, and this is just particularly cool anyway. So we talked about that a little bit. Another kind of different thing would be Goku and Vegeta Jr. They don't need to necessarily be a duo character. Like, this is a really cool card art from the Dragon Ball Super card game, but like, just seeing them represented as well would be pretty cool. They're obviously extremely at this point low priority, I'd imagine. They don't really do anything. They don't have any real relevance in the series, obviously. I mean, Goku Jr. does more than Vegeta, obviously, being that he gets that extended, I think that was an anime special. Anyways, the Path to Power, whatever it was called. No, that's not what it's called. Whatever it is called, I can't think of it right now. I'm too hyped about. I'm too in this. Okay, I'm too in this. So yeah, like, long story short, I want to see Goku and Vegeta Jr. They could be transforming, they could be whatever. I just want to see them make it happen at some point. I don't have much to say. So back to Gohan. Like I said, there's a lot of Gohan on this list, boys. Look at my man's Gohan. This is so okay. So there's a lot of different parts that can pull from this, like where he's first starting to strip a little bit, getting pissed off of what's going on with Spopo something, and you know, and see what happened with Videl and all that. Seeing him rush in as well. It's just a lot of different parts to this. You know, they could do a lot. They could even go a little bit further to the fight with Majin Buu, where he's still in this outfit after Majin Buu first resurrects. Like, I just want to see Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman in action. And speaking of which, speaking of Super Saiyan Great Saiyaman, there's also like the variations with the helmet as well. Like, Super did a couple of episodes with him, and he was able to go Super Saiyan, obviously, and that's cool too. I'd like to see that as well. But I really want to see this Gohan in this outfit. This is just dope, dude. I love the alternate outfits for Gohan, and shout out to whoever produced this fan art using the LF Vegeta. But like, I want to see armor Gohan, and if they give us the long hair version, oh boy, I'm going in, dude. I don't care. I'm going in. Like, oh my god, this is one of my favorite variations for Gohan. If you couldn't tell, Gohan is my second favorite character in the series, behind only Krillin, and I have a ton of reasons as to why Krillin is number one on the list, but it's really 1A, 1B. But obviously a lot of people will associate me more with Krillin. There is a Krillin on the list, but I don't really have as much Krillin because he doesn't have as many of these obviously big moments like Gohan does. So that being said, just like I said, I want to put a little respect on Dokkan because they have a lot of these like either fantasy or really cool like combinations. Dude, make it happen, Legends. Give me an 18 and 17, 18 and Krillin duo, dude. Like, make it. I would like an 18 17 as well, but 18 and Krillin duo, make it happen. Oh my god, how many of you guys pulled the new Krillin and Gohan that just dropped as well? I did do some pulls for your boy. Like I said, I'm not producing content, but I still play. I didn't force it, okay? I might go back before the banner leaves though, because I feel like I need them. There's so much cool stuff in here though. Like, you have Bobbity and Boo. Like, that's a pretty cool pairing. Like, they can make more combo cards like this. Bobbity and Deborah, who's Bobbity's not represented in any way in the game currently, I don't think. There's not a card for him anyway. Oh, Mecha Frieza and King Cole. These are not even characters in the game. They have pretty much every character in the game and all their main variations and stuff. These are not even in the game, either of them. So that'd be pretty dope. I know LOE fans would love that overall. Obviously, there's more Goku and Vegeta stuff here. I'm kind of ignore that. Tapion and Minosha, that would be pretty dope too. Other than that though, like I could really just go through this list just in and of itself, just this list, and see all these cool duo characters, combination characters, or whatever, whether they're exchanges or whatever. There's some really fun stuff in here. Gohan and Piccolo needs to happen. That needs to happen. That's a damn shame this hasn't happened yet. Gohan and Piccolo needs to happen. But I feel like obviously with the end of the year, more Tournament of Power stuff, I think we need a new Universe Survival based Gohan. Like we have one in Legends, but like he wasn't built for that tag. He kind of came out. It's kind of weird. Maybe like hybrid Sun Family stuff, but he technically is that grouping. But since they've been trying to put more characters in that grouping, so like it is what it is. We need more. Need more, right? So this is where things get a little bit wonky. Before I talk about the last part of it, actually, let me just throw Krillin out there. I need a Krillin. I need a Spirit Bomb Krillin. I just need it to happen. I just need it to happen. You can even make Gohan pop up as part of an animation of like an LF if you want to do that. Like that, that'd be epic if they give an LF for this boy. I actually just got this done as a perler, and it's really dope from Etsy. It's really dope, custom made, and this is so cool to me. Like, just make it happen, please. Look at oh, this is the main Krillin I want to see in the game. Like, we have some other Krillins that'd be pretty cool. Also, alternate outfits for Krillin, that would be cool. But I really want to see the Spirit Bomb Krillin. Whew. Even though he only has it for a second, it's just the pure fact that he got the Genki Dama for a moment and just was able to go, bro. That's so cool to me. So like I said, this is where things get a little wonky, because I'll just say this very briefly. If you're expecting Heroes to come eventually, I'm not trying to burst the bubble, but there's an extremely good chance it never, hear me, never comes to the game. I've said this, on different occasions. I haven't done a formal video, and even now it's still like 10 minutes into the video, so how many people realistically made it here to hear this? But and this is not to say exclusively that Mira originates here, because he's actually from Dragon Ball Online and then Xenoverse and just a bunch of other stuff. But talking about it, Heroes is a content that is pretty much exclusive to Japan. Dokkan did wind up getting their crossover cards for Heroes whenever World Mission came out worldwide. Now that's a big deal, because World Mission, the Switch game that came out a couple of years ago, was the first time they tried to market Heroes outside of Japan. And around that same time period, they also tried to bring over a couple of arcade machines. I even have like a one of the only, I imagine, arcade game English cards as well. Like, it's not something that is actually a thing. They don't exist. That arcade project was at like a convention or whatever. Rhymestyle got to play it a couple of times. They tried to localize Heroes. That didn't wind up happening. Now, things have changed since then a little bit. And what happened is, instead of localizing Heroes, they poured all the Heroes characters and content shortly thereafter into the Dragon Ball Super card game. Now, the Dragon Ball Super card game has a ton, and I mean a ton, of Heroes-based content now. They basically made that card game, like, it went from being only like canon characters to just being all like the what if Heroes type of content. So that being said, if there is a hope, it's in the card game, maybe crossing over in some fashion with Legends. But the point is, they're not going to just put these characters in this game without a crossover. They are going to need a crossover. So the best bet is with the card game or Dragon Ball World Mission 2. That, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how World Mission 1 did, but if neither of those things happen, it's an extremely high chance Heroes characters never come to this game, because they do not have any plans to market or sell Heroes outside of Japan. And before all that stuff that I talked about just now even happened, they were literally selling the figures for Heroes, but the localized versions being branded as Super, Dragon Ball Super, everything Dragon Ball Super. If it's not even from Dragon Ball Super, everything branded as Super, because they didn't even want to use that name, that visualization, outside of Japan. So understand, this is a very big deal. This is something that could very possibly never happen. And I'm talking about all that fun stuff you guys are looking for with Heroes going crazy with all those Super Saiyan forms and stuff. It's possible it never comes. And if it does come, you don't expect exactly what you want. But Dokkan was fortunate that they were able to get their crossover characters, and they have an avenue to port those characters to the global version, because they waited years, for the record. Dokkan didn't just get that stuff immediately. I'm not gonna find it here. Dokkan didn't just get that stuff immediately. There was cards that were in the archives for years and years and years before they actually got released to the global version. They were there until World Mission came out, and World Mission just came out a couple of years ago, but they had been doing crossovers for years prior to that, already like 3 or 4 versions, right? So That being said, Mira could come because, again, Mira is a character that has wings in other content, like Xenoverse, for example. Even Kakarot, here's an example of him in Kakarot. He is in the card game. Mira is a character that originated in Dragon Ball Online. Mira is not exactly the same avenue as some of the other stuff, but Toa and Mira are characters that could come to this game. That could happen. They could even show up in like the story, for example. That could happen as well. Same goes for Fu. Some of these characters don't originate from heroes. So I would love to see that. He's an android. He'd get the android tag. He would fit really well, be another way to add more buffs to that team overall. Now to wrap things up with kind of a rapid fire, I don't really care particularly whether it's the Dragon Ball Super Roshi or the original Roshi from Dragon Ball. I guess I would probably prefer this just because the iconic first Kamehameha in the series. I would probably prefer that. But if we got the Dragon Ball Super variation for the Tournament of Power exclusively, I don't want to see the Resurrection now for some of the more like cameo stuff. I want to see him actually in it and doing it from like the Tournament of Power, right? If we got something like that, that would be dope. Look at this Buchigiri art, man. Oh my god, Buchigiri was doing it, bro. Oh my god, Buchigiri. So Roshi there would be pretty dope. I want to see Ranfan, and I want to see her have an animation on her ultimate where she strips. Yeah, that's what she did. If you haven't seen the original Dragon Ball, she tried to use sex appeal on your boys. I mean, she has some moves, but yeah, I need to see Ranfan. And also, last but not least, I want to see Ader. He recently was in Kakarot. There were some missions with him in Kakarot that was pretty cool. Oh, look, one of my Dokkan thumbnails where I was using Ader. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, D-free. Anyways, this is, yeah, showing a bunch of my Dokkan thumbnails now. Anyways, so, yeah, that looks pretty dope. Anyways, I want to see Ader, man. I want to see Ader in some fashion in the game. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget, let me know in the comment section down below who you guys want to see added. And thank you so much for your support, especially if you listened through all of this and made it to the end. You're the real MVP. I appreciate you so much. For my people out there that got them long attention spans, thank you. Really, genuinely thank you. Because if you guys watch more of the video, it helps out the channel a lot more than if you watch just a couple of minutes. So thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Anyway, have an awesome day, and I'll see all of you in the next one.